Welcome. I'm Naz, and it's very nice to see you all here. We are now about to take off in this journey and flow together. The design theory explores reshaping the role of smartphones and designed immersive experiences to enhance the activation of the design setting by creating a deeper sense of awareness with ourselves and with our surroundings. Flow experience is the state of total immersion while participating in an activity that creates an optimal setting for the experiencer. My exhibition will act as a design stage which will alter per activity to convey the future of female motorsport racing, where flow will thrive. It will also recognize flow as a medium for increased social connection within individuals and within the setting as well. The interpretive approach is a combination of the participatory approach and the guided approach. The script led by industry professionals will be dominating the majority of the experience, but in some cases, the audiences also will be taking the driver's seat. The subject is the story of the flow experience, which is told through the multi-generational voices of motorsport women. And my primary client is FIA, followed by a partnership between Apple and Adobe. My traveling exhibit locations are Miami, Silverstone, Singapore, and Abu Dhabi, which are all crucial locations for the Formula One history. My audience profile is listed respectively as young rising female athletes to sport enthusiasts. The mission statements of my clientele overlap and highlight the constant innovation, encouraging gender equality, and also motivating creative thinking at any given chance. Super Blue, being my main venue, is one of the ever-growing experiential centers that focus on localizing on today's social issues by blurring the lines of art, design, and technology. Super Blue consists of a 30,000 square feet gallery space that is also convertible and has an audience demographic of adult couples, young adults, and also families with young children as well. The exhibition timeline shows the opening dates matching with each city's Grand Prix races in the 2022 and the 2023 season. My goals include inspiring young and initiated women to become a part of the motorsport industry and also raise awareness on the under-chronicled female figures of motorsport racing as well. Educationally, learning about an athlete's flow experience and drawing connections to other activities that initiate flow experience, looking into flow experiences' impacts on the body and the mind, and also leaving room for multisensorial activities that create moments of creative thinking, curiosity, and surprise. Concept bubble diagram starts off with an individual who experiences flow regularly and encapsulates women empowerment by utilizing flow as an agent for that. It then branches off into three separate topics, which are spiritual, scientific, and psychological aspects of flow. When all of these concepts merge back into one, covering the outcomes of flow on an individual in the long run. The experience map glances into the perspectives of flow per each concept and shows when all are combined equally, peak flow occurs. I discovered that flow comes in dimensions from 1 to 9 and what an individual experiences in each dimension. Therefore, created an emotional journey map with each concept correlating with the dimensions of flow. The design is inspired by the on-the-move aesthetic of racing. The space will be made out of fabric carousels. Each has a system on its own, but like mechanical gear, they will be acting together and redefining the experiential space for telling the story of 9 dimensions of flow. The overview of the space shows each key concept carousel's own dynamic and their relationship with one another within the 3D space. Flow, the experience, will have its own website and app clips alongside each venue's contact platforms for pre-visit information, including ticket sales and updates. And collateral branding components for worldwide outreach. In the exhibition, there will be docents guiding the audience if necessary throughout and providing app codes as well to scan and activate them for each activity. There will be multiple entry and exit points within each carousel to allow a flexible journey from start to finish. Flow's look and feel is inspired by the multiplicity that the subject carries in terms of activating senses, colors, and forms, which then translates into the depth and dimensions of time and space. Upon entry, the first app clip code will be available on the entry domes to scan and to preview the unique wayfinding layouts of each traveling exhibition, which is designed to mimic the tire marks on a racetrack and forming a circuit pattern on their own as well. The icon hemispheres will be the starting point for the individualized journey to expand and grow and become a collective one. The visual identity and the type study looks into the negative space created in the knockouts and becomes the positive space in the physical design, just like the empty carousels hosting activity while being occupied with people. The identity will be carried throughout the space and at the end of each activity as an infographic indicating the flow levels that the visitors will be currently experiencing. As a part of the initial activity, I would like to introduce the female characters that are belonging to 6 different generations. And as the audience steps in, they get to hear a loud click, just like a literal flip of the switch. Then a soft breeze fills in the room and the space starts flowing. The projection screens will light up and will then go black. They will hear the voices of the 6 drivers, powerful and intimate confessions about their life in racing as a female, like, "My name is Tatiana, and driving feels like music to my ears." And then their images will light up the screens. The audience will get to learn the basics of what they do and why they do it. Their sharings will include indications and introductions on the subject of flow. There will be graphic banners in front of each carousel briefing the audience about the dimensions and what they will be experiencing within each activity. In the zone, the audience will be asked to take a seat in the enclosed space and will see a pit lane on the screens. By sitting down, they will feel like they're actually inside of a real race car. They will be conducting a role play with the engineers on the screen getting ready for a race, and they will be scanning the app clip code, which will then enable their phones to become a steering wheel for the duration of the experience. They will learn engineer-driver dynamic and experience the sensorial description of flow while going at a high speed. The app will contain gear increase and decrease and also additional features alongside visual, auditory, and haptic cues that will accompany the roleplay. Female characters from all different backgrounds working in the racing field will be a part of the third activity, with a special lighting treatment. In the third eye rule, a slow reveal of the ultraviolet shadow silhouettes. The outlines of these female figures will appear on the curtain screens. The audience will be looking into the characters and learning the subjective definition of flow and how their subconscious is shaped by their experiences. The app clip code will then turn the phone into a magnifying mirror glass, which will then contain step-by-step directions and looking into the headspaces of these characters. Limitless phenomena will surround the space, growing bigger and more intense by creating an abstract interpretation of the energy that the race car carries. The audience will see a projection mapping of changing race cars, each being driven by the exhibition drivers. Utilizing the app, they can scan the 3D car and use it as a remote control to dissect the car into parts and add in their voice by customizing and creating a special collage of the car. They will learn interesting facts about the car and its parts, how it has changed over the years with the developing technology, and also get to learn about each driver's significant memory about that particular car. In core volume, the audience will see a virtual version of the Miami Grand Prix racetrack being projected on all surfaces. They will scan the clip code, which will then enable the AR app to show up on their phone screens to complete a lap around the track. And as a team, they will navigate the 4 wheels of the car and participate in a virtual pit stop. They will learn the unique conditions of the track from engineering to design and how the driver control delivers the performance. There will be control buttons to unlock acceleration, tire, and grip information to participate in a successful pit stop. In Finding Neverland, they will be seeing a rotating suspending fabric panels with quotes from the exhibition characters reflecting on their experiences as females in their relative industries. The audience will walk inside the layers and experience the multimedia poem. And in doing so, they will be learning the challenges, vulnerable moments, and aspiration of these characters, which have defined themselves as individuals. Lastly, in Flow Matrix, they will be seeing a 3D neon matrix arcade, and by adding in a message to the app, they will change the colors and also the formation of the matrix as well. The audience will again scan the clip code and send in an empowering message to the app, which will get saved in the data system, and then will be broadcasted on the screens of all Formula One tracks around the world. The messages will dissolve into the matrix and create thousands of ephemeral virtual connections. As the visitor journey comes to an end, visitors will have the access to their unique chronicle journey of activities through the Flow app, and they will get to share it on multiple platforms as they wish. The exhibition flow will be a reflection of active engagement, co-creating, and building as the audience are participating in a collective flow experience that is creating a long-lasting impact. Thank you so much for listening.